What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Revival. My name is JJ, and welcome back to part 2 of my Wii U collection. Alright, so, yeah, let's just get right back into it. First one is a game that needs no introduction, I'm sure, and that is Super Smash Bros. On Wii U. I mean, it's no Smash Ultimate, that's for sure, but I did have a good time with this. I'm still a big fan of the GameCube controller, and I do the same thing on Ultimate on the Switch. I get that adapter, and that's what I used to play. And it was no different for this game. I got that anytime I'd have people over. Honestly, that's pretty much all everybody used. Just because the nunchuck and the motion controls and stuff like that. Not that you need to use motion controls, but I mean like the two dual bullcrap thing. I just wasn't a big fan of that at all. The pad was fine, but obviously there's only one of those, so it's not the greatest. But I had a good time with this game. It's Smash Brothers. You're just beating the crap out of each other as Nintendo characters. It was a good time. But with Ultimate out, there's really no reason to go back to this one. So unless you're just a diehard Wii U fan and you love this game or something. But Ultimate is where it's at this point. So, Mario Kart 8. Mario Kart 8. I can talk. Like I said, when I talked about Sonic All-Stars Racing, I was waiting for this to come out. And once this came out, yes, I forgot all about Sonic All-Stars Racing. Because this game is so damn good. So good, in fact, that when they announced that the Switch version was going to be just an upgraded port of this, I was 100% okay with it, because I had so much fun with this. I have so many great memories of just having family over, friends over, and just having Mario Kart parties where we would just play this game for hours and hours and hours. Just so much fun. Looked beautiful. The characters, the tracks, just everything about it was just so much fun. And I really, really love the hell of this game still to this day. So, good stuff. And one of those where it doesn't matter if you have the motion controller thingy, because it actually, played just fine. So, I really, really enjoyed this game. Absolutely. 100%. New Super Mario Bros. U. I got it. I honestly don't. I was just like, I think I was at the time like clamoring for Wii U games, and I was kind of like, I should probably get like more of those. I'm kind of like that way with Xbox One right now, where I feel guilty for not having a lot of them, so I should probably get more. I know that sounds weird, but I think that's why I picked this up. I was like, I think I was waiting for the next 3D Mario game. And this was what they had at the time, so I was like, alright, I'm just gonna get it. It's okay. It's new Super Mario Brothers. The best parts are when you're playing with other people and you're, jumping onto each other and getting in each other's way, and even though you're supposed to be going through the levels together, you just end up like kind of goofing around and trying to screw the other people up and stuff, and it ends up turning into kind of a fun little thing. It's all right. It's a if you love side-scrolling Mario, these games are great. They really are. I prefer the 3D Mario personally, even though side-scrolling Marios are still fun. This is a decent one. So, the next one is Super Mario 3D World. So, as much as I like this game, I was disappointed simply because I was wanting a Mario Galaxy or a Mario 64. One where you're, not one where you're on a world map and you're going from level to level and going through that way. I wanted one where you're like in a hub world and you're going to different areas of it, going into those levels, collecting stars or moons or whatever. Odyssey. amazing game. I love what they did with that. That's the kind of Mario that I was hoping for, and that's not what this was. This was still a lot of fun. Especially, again, if you've got people to play with, this was a blast. And I liked it better than this, but it wasn't what I was hoping for, and so I was a little disappointed when it came out. I still did finish it, but it wasn't, unfortunately, wasn't what I was, wanting at the time. Next, Assassin's Creed 3. Frankly, I didn't even play this on the Wii U. I got it because I had planned on playing it, but then I just didn't. And then by the time I was ready to play it, the remaster for PS4 had been announced, and I was like, I'll just wait for it there and play it there. When I did play it, though, I really enjoyed it. So, and that was actually, as of this video, that was just last year. So, Assassin's Creed 3 is I like it better than most other people seem to. And that might be because I played the remastered edition and there were a lot of quality of life changes and stuff in there. So, I don't know, because I can't compare it to the original. But I did enjoy what I played of it. And also, I find the Revolutionary War, the American Revolution, I should say, super fascinating. And I love the story there. So, yeah, I had fun with this. And I can't wait to get into 4. Next, Mario Party 10. Another one that, man, I was so excited for it, and then it came out, and I was really disappointed. Not because it's a bad game, but because it's not, like, along the same lines as Mario 3D World. It wasn't the Mario Party that I was wanting. This one has you playing, like, 1 on 4. Like, you can have 5 people, I think it was, and, like, 4 people play as... or 3 people or something like that. Either way, you're basically like, it's all Team Mario versus Bowser. And one person plays Bowser, and the rest of the people play as the other people who are all on the same team. I just wanted the free-for-all Mario Party board game style original fun stuff that all the other ones had been, up until, at least the ones that I played. I can't speak to all of them because I haven't played them all, but this was, out of the ones that I played, this is probably my least favorite. Again, not because it was bad, just because it wasn't the same style of Mario Party that I really had gotten into. I actually really like the Mario Party on Switch, to be honest with you, even though from what I understand, a lot of people aren't crazy about that. But not really my cup of tea. Next one. So, Disney Infinity, and I actually do have a few other figures. I was super excited when I saw that this was getting announced. I had never gotten into like any of the Spyro games or anything like that. I forget what they were called, but the ones that take place in the Spyro universe, you know what I mean. I'll flash it on the screen. This wasn't bad, but again, it was disappointing. That seems to be a running theme. So I was expecting to be able to go into these big, massive worlds and just play around in like Pirates of the Caribbean or The Incredibles or, something like that, and just play around in this big open world and create stuff and do what I wanted to do. And you go in there, and the worlds are so tiny. They're so small. And I'm going to actually put this back down. But there really wasn't much to them at all. And it was so disappointing, and I lost interest so quick that I just, even like because I saw like the commercial they had and showed like cars on a racetrack and stuff like, and I was like, oh man, you can make your own racetracks and do this. It's so small though. Like, there really isn't much to it, and I was just so disappointed with what it ended up being. And I guess a lot of other people were too, because it didn't stick around very long. So this is a hard one to recommend, especially now since the service has stopped. But it just wasn't my cup of tea. So yeah. Next one, Super Mario Maker. Didn't play it as much as I would have liked, but I really, really love the concept, and I really like the new one. Super Mario Maker 2, one of my top 5 games last year. Great, great game. Really enjoyed the hell out of it. And this one is honestly like, because I'm I'm impatient, and so I don't take the time to go and create stuff. And there wasn't a lot of single player stuff in this compared to that one, the newer one, I should say. So I just didn't get into it as much. The newer one, I still, didn't have the pages to do a lot of creation stuff. But because there was like a story mode where you're fixing up the castle and everything, I had a lot of fun with that, and I did all that. And I played a few levels that people made online and everything. This one, I got bored of it pretty quick. But again, man, I can tell you that I still absolutely respect this game and appreciate what they did with it. I just, I'd like to see a Zelda Maker come out. And again, if they do come out with a Zelda Maker, I would probably get bored of that pretty quick too. But that's one where I want to actually like play other people's levels big time on there, because I think it'd be cool to like see other people's adventures and that kind of thing that you make on a Zelda map. So yeah, but I enjoyed the hell out of this. Just not something that kept my attention for very long, because I need a story. I need something to motivate me to move forward, and I'm too impatient to create stuff. So says the guy who's making his own YouTube channel. Next up, Star Fox Zero. Honestly, I loved it. When I first played it, before they implemented the where you don't have to use the motion controls, because when it first came out, if I remember correctly, you had to use the motion controls, and it was terrible. It was awful. I can't remember if it was out when we were still doing the podcast at the time, but I remember Brian, my buddy Brian from Further North, was over, and he came over and watched me play this a little bit, and I was whining about having to use motion controls because I didn't want to do that while, the screen stuff was going on. I wanted just Star Fox 64 controllers and to be able to play that way, because that game was awesome, and it controlled beautifully, and I loved it. I played it front to back so many times. I remember doing this fight on there, and I'm sitting there and I'm, fighting and aiming and doing all this stuff, and the action's all happening up here while I'm just looking at my aimer down here. So I can't even really see what's happening on the big screen up in front of me. Fight gets done, and I win, and Brian goes, "Oh man, I gotta tell you, you may not have seen it, but all the stuff that was happening on the screen in front of you, totally epic. It just sucks that you had to, sit there and play like this, because you can't look at that." I'm fully aware, I'm sure there's plenty of you who right now are like, "I didn't have that problem. I had no problem just looking at the screen and doing motion controls and blah, blah, blah." Okay, well, I did. I didn't like it. But once they did that and they made it optional and you didn't have to use motion controls on it, the game itself, awesome. So much fun with it. And I really, really just... I didn't actually finish it, though. And I definitely would like to, because I thought it was just a blast to dive into. The different vehicles were cool. Visiting some old locations, and just, it was a lot of fun. This also came with Star Fox Guard, which I did not play, but I would like to at some point, because it's more Star Fox, and Star Fox is fun. Although, from what I understand, it's a completely different game, so let me know in the comments if you think that's something I should check out soon, because I'm curious about it. And there you have it. It's my Wii U collection. The system is great. It really is. It's. I think at this point it's more of a collector's item. They're bringing so much over to the Switch from it that there's not a lot of reasons to go for this as far as the games go, unless there's just some really niche games that you're like, I can't play it anywhere else. I got to get it on there. And with them shutting down the online service at some point, I don't know if they already have or if they plan on doing it at some point or something like that. But like Earthbound Beginnings is on there, and I would love to. Well, it's on my list. I plan on playing it this year. I loved, like I said, the Virtual Console on there. So, see, I liked Miiverse when it was out too. It's not a thing anymore, but I really enjoyed that as well. Seeing what other people were drawing and saying about games and that kind of stuff. I like the social aspect of it. But again, it, I guess, didn't take off. So, not much you can do. It was kind of the end of, like, the Nintendo is the kiddie console mindset. Because I think once the Switch came out, it really has opened up a lot of people's eyes to like, hey, Nintendo has a hell of a lot to offer, and you know this will prove it to you. So this was an unfortunate experience as far as the mindset of a lot of gamers, I think. I wish more people would have given it a chance, because it really did have a lot of fun games on there. But again, like I said, a lot of the stuff that is on there you can find either better versions of or ports of on the Switch now. So, you know, it is what it is. What am I missing? I honestly, I have considered maybe trying to get a complete run of Wii U games, because I think at some point they're probably going to be really hard to find, because it's kind of going bye-bye. And I really like the box designs. I love the blue labels and the art on this stuff. I think they look really cool on the shelf. So, yeah, let me know what you think. What Wii U games do I need to get right now that I don't have, that isn't going to be available anywhere else? All that stuff. Tell me what I'm missing. Tell me what I need to play that I haven't played yet. And tell me about games that I have where I was like, I don't know much about it, but I got it. You know the drill. I've done collection videos before. Like, comment, subscribe, all that fun stuff. I appreciate you watching. Thank you, as always. Thank you, and as always, this is like the 4th video that I've recorded today, so I apologize. Keep on gaming.